In today's video, we are going to show you how to create your own Palworld dedicated server. Palworld was released on January 19th, 2024, and it has already been a huge success. The best way to experience the multiplayer mode is to invite your friends to join your own server, and today we're going to show you exactly how to do that. So let's get right into it. Now that you've clicked on that link here, you'll see that this is created for Palworld, and for $8.99 a month, you can have your own server in the game. Just note with Hostinger, you have a 30-day money-back guarantee, so if you're not 100% satisfied with your server, you can go ahead and get a refund. Let's scroll down to see some of the options here. So we have Game Panel 2 and Game Panel 4. Game Panel 2 is the most popular option, and that's the one we recommend you go with for only $8.99 a month. Obviously, if you think you need the extra RAM and CPU, you can go ahead with Game Panel 4, but let's just stick with Game Panel 2 for now since it's the most popular. Either Game Panel 2 or Game Panel 4 are going to have the following: mod support, full root access, DDoS protection, and automatic offsite backups. So let's go ahead and click this most popular option, Game Plan 2, and add it to our cart. Next, it'll bring you to this page where you will have to choose a period for your hosting. Now, the only one we don't recommend is the 1 month. It's really expensive at $16.99 a month. If you lock in for 12 months or 24 months, it's a lot cheaper at that $8.99 or $9.99 price point. Go ahead and pick that 12 or 24 month. We'll go ahead and pick the 24 month for now since it's $8.99. Now you'll come to the create account page, and if you have an account, you can log in, or you'll want to create one here. And once you've logged into your account or created one, it'll bring you to this select payment option here. So you'll see for that 24-month plan, it's $215 here at the top. Go ahead and enter your payment information, and then I'll show you how to enter our special coupon. Okay, now that we've entered our personal information here, go down to just below the total and click this button here that says have a coupon. And you'll want to enter the coupon code MyFirstWebsite. So now that you've entered that coupon code, you'll see that our total plan discount is 60% off. So the total for the whole 2 years of hosting is just under $200 at $194. I'll go ahead and enter my payment information here and we can get started. Okay, now that I've entered my payment information, once you're ready, go ahead and click Submit Secure Payment. Now that we've submitted our payment information, it should bring us to this welcome page. Next, go ahead and click Start Now here at the bottom. Now it brings us to this page where we have to select the location for our new VPS. Here, you're going to want to choose the closest location to you to ensure that you have the fastest possible connection. So I'm in California. Let's go ahead and choose the United States. Once you're finished with that, go ahead and click Continue. Next, I need to set up a panel password. This password is going to be very important later on when I have to access the settings for my server, so don't forget it. And once you've finished with your password, go ahead and click Continue. And as you can see here, there's one more step to finish up your VPS setup. You'll see we have VPS location in the United States, and all you have to do is click Finish Setup here at the bottom. Next, it'll take a second to load here, and you can rate the process if you like. I'll just X out of that for now. Okay, now that it's finished setting up here, let's go ahead and head to the VPS dashboard. Okay, the first thing that we're going to want to do is go to the game panel. So let's go ahead and click on panel access here. And then next, let's click on this login URL here. And that will bring us to the welcome page for the game panel on Hostinger's website. So your username will be admin, and then you'll make sure that you want to enter that password that we just talked about earlier. You can go back to the Hostinger overview page and you'll see your username and password here, and you can reset it if you forgot it. So let's go back to the panel and press login. So now that you're on this page here, you should be under the instances tab. Go ahead and click create instance. Once you've done that, go ahead and click select application and scroll all the way down to Palworld. Now you can go ahead and give your instance a name. I'll just call it Sam's server. Now you want to check what it's going to do after creation. So let's go ahead and click down and choose the update and start once option. Now that you're finished with that, go ahead and click create instance. Just wait till that's finished, and next we're going to configure the rest of our settings here. So there's a lot to do within the Hostinger game panel, but let's quickly go over some of the settings that you might need to configure before you hop into the game. So let's go ahead and click on that instance that we created here, and then we'll go over to the right-hand side here and click on manage. Next, on the left-hand side here, we'll go ahead and click configuration. Let's scroll down to the bottom here and select Palworld server settings. Now, once you've clicked on the Palworld server settings here, you can go ahead and change some of these settings. Let's just briefly go over a couple of them. So the first one is the server name. You can change the server name here. This is how it's going to display on the server list. So if I wanted to change it to my name, I can go ahead and say Sam's server. As you go down here, you can make this a community server, or you can turn this off. There's also a player limit here. You can increase or decrease the amount of players on your server. Another thing you can do over here is to set a server password. That means that anybody who wants to access the server will need to type in that password. There's also other settings here that you can adjust later. Now let's go into the gameplay settings. So let's go ahead and go to that panel on the left-hand side again and go to Palworld gameplay settings. Here you're going to be able to change how the game is played on your server. This is basically changing the rules of the game. So up in the top hand corner, you can see the death penalty here. So let's just go over a couple. You can enable friendly fire up here on the right-hand side. There's a drop items limit here in the middle. You can enable or disable enemy invaders. In the bottom here, you can enable multiplayer. And there's a lot of other settings that you can change for the gameplay. So just make sure to take a good look at these before stepping into the game. And lastly, let's look at Palworld multiplayer settings. settings. Let's go ahead and go back to the column here, and it's the one right under gameplay. It's multiplayer settings. And here you can adjust all the rates and multipliers to make the game easier or harder. Let's just leave this all as default, but go ahead and change it if you think you need to. Next, you'll need an admin password. So let's go ahead and go back to this column over here and click security and privacy down at the bottom. So here you can enable two-factor authentication and other super useful settings. But the most important that we'll talk about now is the remote admin password. Go ahead and click generate password here. So you can see that the password was copied to my clipboard. So if you want to create your own password here, you can go up to the second down from the top in the middle column, and you can click allow user defined password. So just turn that on and you'll see that you can enter your own password here. Okay, now that you have all that set up, let's hop into the game and put our server to work. Okay, so once you've opened the game, go ahead and click join multiplayer game here. At the bottom, you're going to need to enter your server ID. To do this, let's go back to the hosting or game panel, and in the top URL section, you will see our address. Now, quick note here, the last 4 digits you're going to need to change to the endpoint of your specific instance. So I'll show you how to do this in a second. So in my case, it's going to be 89.116.157.176, and then the last 4 are going to be the instance number here, 8766. This is very important. If you do not do this, you won't be able to get into your server. So make sure that you put the last 4 numbers of the endpoint as the last 4 of your instance instead of the last 4 that are currently there. Okay, so now that I've entered my address there, go ahead and click continue. So once we're at the character creation page here, you can go ahead and give your character a name. Here you can also change the presets, the body, face, hair, and voice. We'll leave it right now as it is, and let's just get into the game. Click start game here at the bottom left. Now it'll ask you if you're ready to start the game. Go ahead and click yes. And now we're in the game here, and it has a little bit of gameplay in the beginning. Okay, once you're in the game, it's going to make you select your respawn point. Let's just click one of these for now. Now that you're in the game, the next thing to do is to gain access as the admin to the server. This requires a special command in the game. So go ahead and press enter to bring up this command center, and then you want to type /admin password, and then you want to do a space, and then copy in that password that was under the security and privacy settings under remote admin password. And once you've done that, it should say that you're successfully added as an admin on your server. Now there's a few other things that you can do as an admin. We'll add some of those commands here. You can pause the video and check those out if you want. But to do that, like we said earlier, you can just press enter to pull up the chat box to moderate the game and the players. That's everything you needed to know to create your own Palworld dedicated server. I really hope this video provided you some value. I've had a lot of fun playing in the game and hosting my own server, and I hope you do as well. Enjoy the game, and we will leave the link to Hostinger so you can set up your own server down below in the description. Also, just know if you use that link, we do get a small referral fee at no additional cost to you. This really helps out the channel and allows us to keep creating free content like this for you, so thank you so much in advance. Also, if you want to create your first website and you don't know where to start, we created a free tool that we'll leave linked down below in the description that you can check out. Please leave us a like and subscribe down below for more content like this in the future. This channel is dedicated to providing you free videos and tutorials like the one you saw today and helping you set up your first website. With that said, thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video, and we will see you in the next one.